Yoruba Security Summit. Ooni hosts Southwest governors, traditional rulers in Ile-Ife. The Ooni of IFE, Ooni Adeyeye Ogunwusi Ojaja II, on Thursday in Ile-Ife hosted the key stakeholders including governors of the Southwest and traditional rulers at a maiden Yoruba security summit to address rising insecurity in the region. The summit, among others, sought for a collaborative approach to address the myriad of security challenges currently facing the Southwest region, particularly banditry and kidnapping. In a communique issue after the summit held at the Ojaja area, Ile-Ife Grand Resort, concerns were raised over upsurge of organized systemic attack on traditional rulers and eminent sons and daughters of Yoruba land by suspected elders. It was further noticed that the herdsman attack have been largely responsible for the food insecurity and food in the Southwest, resulting from the organized attack on farmers. Chaired by the former Nigerian Chief of Army Staff, General Alani Akinrinade, the summit was a gathering of critical stakeholders including security experts, political leaders, traditional rulers, religious leaders, and Yoruba interest groups. The governor of Osun State, as the host governor, was represented by his deputy, Prince Kola Adewusi, while the other 5 governors of Ekiti, Ondo, Oyo, Lagos, and Ogun State were represented. The Olowo of Owo, Alayiluwa Oba Ajibade Gbadegeshin Ogunwoye III, Osemawe of Ondo, Alayiluwa Oba Victor Kiladejo, the Deji of Akure, Owa Ajero of Ijero Ekiti, Akarigbo of Remo Land, Olowu of Owu Abeokuta, Alayemore of Ido Osun, Aragbiji of Iragbiji, Akiri of Ikire-Ile, and a host of other traditional rulers from across Yoruba land attended the summit. Others included the Alara of Ara Ekiti, Iba Gani Adams, the Are Ona Kakanfo of Yoruba land, Mr. Sunday Igboho, Mr. Akin Ochutokun, and host of others. The full list of resolution is what I'm going to read to you now. That Yoruba people should take full control of their forest, homeland, and farmland. Second, that Amotekun corps should be strengthened in terms of giving recognition and to be transformed to the status of state police. Second, motivation, finances, training and retraining of personnel, and that those who are familiar with nooks and crannies of our forests should be recruited into the Amotekun. Third, provision of training, the training ground for its personnel, provision of adequate budgetary allocation to Amotekun corps. On the fifth, the summit agreed that a Department of Forest Amotekun Corps to be created, that the Yoruba, especially the traditional rulers, should make recourse to their natural resources, including natural powers, to combat banditry and kidnapping, that Yoruba Oba should not jettison traditional values. That fourth, that the governor at all levels should recognize the role of traditional rulers and factor them into the national security architecture. Number 5, that the entire Obas of Yoruba land should work in unison to ward off the evil of banditry and kidnapping, as each state could only succeed in chasing the marauder to another state. 6, traditional rulers are advised to uphold and value the customs and tradition of the land. 7th, that each time an attack took place, the offender were quickly left off the hook by the powers that be, and that the judicial process should be strengthened to mete out appropriate punishments to culprits to bring them to justice. 8, that the governors of Southwest Nigeria should organize regional security summit at earliest practicable time, including all stakeholders, to chart the way forward and give feet to all concern, raise at this current summit. Number 9, this summit called for strong support of administration of Bola Tinubu in the large interest of Yoruba race. 10th, the security summit called on Yoruba traditional ruler to return to pristine Yoruba tradition, spiritual and cultural value at all times. The traditional ruler should recognize that in spite of whatever nature of religion they practice, they must recognize that this truth they preside over is traditional. Number 11, the summit called on Yoruba traditional rulers to take full possession of their forest, homelands, and farmlands. Number 12, the summit called on local, state, and federal government to employ use of drones and other appropriate technology for the effective surveillance of Yoruba forest and roads. Number 13, the summit agreed that Yoruba Security Summit should be held quarterly basis so as to capture intervening and supervising variables in our polity. Number 14, we take due cognizance of difficulties and challenges Nigeria is going through. We dare say that our son Bola Tinubu, whom it has pleased God to make the president of Nigeria, is doing his level best to grapple with and overcome the challenges. We appeal to our colleagues from all the nooks and crannies of Nigeria to cooperate and support him to make a success of his government.
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.